Hey, what's up guys? So today I have here book Wim Hof, Iceman. Some of you maybe heard about him.
This is Wim Hof.
I am the Iceman!
And I'm going to take a walk around this beautiful lake. And I was thinking I'm gonna tell you about Wim Hof because there's actually two. Can you stop shaking? There's actually two people that influenced my life quite vigorously, and that is Wim Hof and David Goggins.
We got all kind of personalities. Alphas, betas, omegas, gammas, deltas. These motherfuckers just play up bitches. That's all they are is bitches. And bitches will always be bitches. One thing about social media, it gives the weak motherfucking platform. Stay hard. Get it, David, come on. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Energy, let it out. 7, 8, 9, 10, a machine here. There you go, nobody works like David in this house. 13, come on. 14, come on. 15, shut that muscle down. 16, come on. Get it. 17. You don't know me, son. Get it. 18. You don't know me, son. Get it. 19. You don't know me, son. Yeah. 20, you got some more.
I think everybody knows David Goggins, but today I'm going to talk about Wim Hof and how he influenced my life and how do I experience it, because I've been doing it for maybe 3 years and I stopped in between and then I started to do it again. So I want to talk about my own experience of Wim Hof. For 1 minute cold plunge, I have stopped. So actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to add also a link to, to my YouTube description so you can check it out, but maybe a lot of you know it, but maybe some of you don't. And there's a Wim Hof breathing exercise, and that's very important to practice every day. So I'm going to do it. So I'm going to do that and we're gonna do it together, and then you can see like how it works. So the Wim Hof breathing exercise, and actually, like many people say, you know, breathing is very important and it's a key to our soul. I also read another book about breathing. It's called Breath from James Nestor, I think is his name. And he talks about how important it is to breathe through your nose, because most of the people are mouth breathers and like they breathe only through the mouth, and we take many thousands of breaths every single day without even knowing about it, or it just happens automatically. But if you change and breathe through your nose consciously, it's gonna have great benefits for our bodies and for everything, because it's like a filter and it also protects you against dust and some disease or whatever. So it's actually very beneficial for you. So that's one thing. And then we're gonna do together the Wim Hof breathing exercise, and then at the end of this episode I'm going to do a dip in the water. So today we are in Amsterdam, southeast. It's 10 degrees, it's misty, so it's not super warm. And I'm going to do first the breathing exercise, and then I'm gonna go in the water and make a small dip. So guys, Wim Hof. So who the fuck is Wim Hof? Who is the Iceman? Who is the guy, crazy guy, who is walking barefoot in a whatever ice conditions? So now listen, yeah. So he said he's the Iceman. He's from the Netherlands, from Amsterdam, and he set 26 world records and broke Guinness World Record 18 times. Some of his most memorable achievements include, listen carefully, running a half marathon above the Arctic Circle barefoot, wearing only shorts, swimming underneath ice for 66 meters, hanging on one finger at an altitude of 2000 meters, climbing the highest mountain of the world while wearing only shorts, running a full marathon in a Namib desert without drinking, standing in a container while covered in ice cubes for extended period of time for hours hours in ice, surrounded by ice in a block, in a cube, and for hours without changing his core temperature. So the first time I encountered Wim Hof, it was, I think, like maybe 4 years ago. And then I discovered, like, yeah, he's Iceman, he's going in ice, in cold water, cold temperatures, and I was thinking that it's weird, but there must be something to it, like it must be beneficial, otherwise people would not be doing it. So then I made research, and I didn't read a book. Like, I read the book like recently, like maybe 1 year ago, but until then I used to just watch all the YouTube videos that he has. It is for free, so most of the information you can already get on YouTube, you know. I will share it with you in the description. So most of the information about Wim Hof and Wim Hof exercise you can find for free on the internet. But I purchased the book because I'm practicing my Dutch, and he's Dutch, so I read it. And it was pretty beneficial, and he also uncovers like a few more stories about his life, when he was born, what he was doing, what was happening, and it gives a little bit more perspective on his life, and it's quite interesting. But basically you can get the information for free, you don't need to necessarily buy the book. If you want, you can, and it also kind of supports him, you know, so it's nice because we help each other. I could always see, or I was always seeing, like that the top sporters, you know, they are using the ice baths after some races or whatever. So obviously one of the biggest effects is like to help with healing and regeneration. It helps you with sleeping, it lowers the stress levels, and I think the most important is that it increases the immune system, and then you become actually much stronger. Now, how to put this in perspective of my own experience. So first I experienced it was like maybe 4 years ago. So I started with the breathing method, and I will show you this breathing method shortly. And then you do a couple of rounds every day. You can do 3 or 4 rounds, and it's about you take a deep breath in. It can be through your nose or through your mouth, deep in your stomach, and then out, nearly fully out. Doesn't need to be fully out, but like naturally out. So that's a full in your stomach, in and out. So then you repeat this process 30 times or 30 to 40 times, and after the last one, breath out, fully out of your stomach, and then you actually like hold your breath, and that's 1 round. You repeat the same process, and after you are finished, that you breathe in. After the exhalation, you are holding your breath, and then you breathe in into your stomach deeply, and then you hold, and that's called retention. And each time with each round, the retention like expands, and you can hold your breath for 2 minutes, for 3 minutes, or even going to 4 minutes. So it depends. So you can actually do that for 3, 4, 5 rounds, and it brings like your stress levels down. And so when you are doing that, you are like stressing your body, and you prepare your body for whatever is coming, and you also kind of like become more pain resilient. So that's the best to do before the dip in the water or a cold shower, because Wim Hof method consists of like breathing method, Wim Hof breathing method, and the cold exposure, these 2 things. So you need to combine these 2 things, and you can start off with 15 seconds of cold exposure and going to build it up until 2 minutes or 3 minutes or 4 minutes. But there's been research that if you do 12 minutes per week of cold exposure, it already is going to have benefits on your nervous system. It depends, and the best is like to be somewhere in a calm environment where you feel comfortable. You can be sitting or lying. I prefer sitting in a chair or on a couch in like crossed legs, and then I do it. Sometimes I used to do it even for 1 hour, and like when you stand up, you feel like, I don't know, you feel like you are reborn, or there's some kind of energy accumulating in your body. You can't really process or understand what's happening, but it's definitely beneficial, and it just feels great. You feel like super focused. So, and then the second part is the cold exposure, and then gradually you build up cold exposure little bit by little bit, and consciously wearing less clothes, because nowadays we have a lot of clothes and we don't expose our bodies to the natural elements, and that's actually a problem, because then we weaken our bodies. So we need to go into nature, because we are animals, and that's how you are healthy. That's your natural element, so that's what you need. So once realizing that, you can proceed and try from day one and go on until every single day. So that's what I've been doing. For example, I started 4 years ago. So with this breathing exercise and a little bit of cold shower, I was going pretty slow. Maybe because I'm also like, I have some muscles, but I'm also like I'm built skinny, you know. I'm not, I don't have a lot of fat on me. I have some fat, but some people have more fat. So for them, it seems to me like they are more easily cold resistant than me. So I was thinking I can't do nothing about it, because before I used to be always cold. So then I was doing cold showers. I built up my immune system. At that time I was cycling from Haarlem to Amsterdam in manual bike, only with a shirt like that, with a small jacket, and it was winter and it was perfect. But also obviously if you cycle, you're creating heat, so you also become warmer, you know. And so at that time I was very strong, and that was good. But then it was like summer, couple years later, and then I stopped doing it, and then I lost the benefits. And in the winter I was wearing like a lot of clothes. I was always wearing a lot of clothes, and I didn't understand. Like I stopped doing it completely for maybe 6 months or even 1 year. But then when it was a little bit colder, or was like spring, I would always get like cold and sick, and I didn't understand it. So for the whole year I would put, like at work, I would put extra layer of shirt or extra layer of sweatshirt, and every time I got a little bit cold, a little bit colder, I got cold, and then I was sick, and it's very uncomfortable. But that's because we are making ourselves weak, because we put too much clothes. And it's also the same with the running. If you put less clothes, you're gonna be more cold and you're gonna sweat less. So it's actually beneficial, because if you put too much clothes on you, it's not beneficial for you. So you need to do something in between, what's in your level, like of comfort, but you need to be cold, but not too much cold. So, and then I realized that, and I compared myself to my brother, because for example, he could easily go in the winter just with a small jacket, and I need to have this jacket and another 5-6 layers of thermal shirts in order to feel warm. But the problem is that I didn't practice my nervous system at all, so I was very weak, and that was the problem. So I realized that, and just maybe 7-8 months ago, especially throughout the winter, I said to myself, okay, and then I'm gonna start again. And then I started with the breathing method, very strong, and I built up cold exposure. I was very weak, extremely weak. I was sick almost every other week. So then I started this Wim Hof method, and then I did cold plunges, but I could only do 15 seconds. And after 15 seconds I would be freezing and not feeling good. So then 1 week 15 seconds, then another week 30 seconds, another week, and so on. And so now I am at 2 minutes, 3 minutes, and no problem. And now I became much stronger. So what I was thinking, like, that in order to get like strong as my brother, not be cold, that it's gonna take like a year or two, but actually it took me like 3-4 months to become and to make my body stronger and my nervous system stimulated and get much stronger. So it took a very fast turn. And the thing is, I was always at home. I didn't use throughout the winter any thermometer, so I changed. I was only in a shirt. At home I had 13 degrees in the winter, so it was quite funny. And then so every single day I was just sitting and reading something or exercising. I would be shaking. I had goosebumps all over my body, and I was shaking in the cold, and I was uncomfortable. So that's how it started. So after a second week, I felt a little bit better. I was still shaking because I had at home 13 degrees. It was winter just recently, and it was still cold. I was shaking, but still a little bit better. And the next week, still a little bit better. And then the week after that, I became less and less cold because I gradually exposed my body to the cold, and then I got more used to it. And now, for example, it's 10 degrees, and like where I went to, it's crazy. So now I am even stronger than my brother. He needs to have a sweatshirt, shirt and a jacket, and I can only have a shirt and a jacket, and I'm feeling okay. So there's a great benefit, and right now I feel like the strongest, like it's crazy. Like now if I go in a shirt, like when it was winter, like 5 degrees, 4 degrees, I will go in a shirt outside. Like where I'm working, I need to go most of the time outside, and now I don't even have a goosebumps or feel cold. Like it's so fast how your body adapts, and that's actually shocking. Your body adapts very fast. You just need to consciously wear less clothes, expose yourself to cold. Like that you stimulate your nervous system, and it's gonna bring great benefits to your body and to how you feel. And I just feel super strong, and it's great. And it also helps you a lot with recovery. If you do any sport, cycling, running, boxing or whatever, it's very beneficial. It's going to help you a lot, and yeah, I can only recommend it to everybody. So there's levels and levels, you know, and to become conscious and consciously expose yourself to cold is beneficial. But you can see, for example, the monks in the cold in Tibet or where they sit in the snow, and you can see like around them is like they are creating some kind of heat, and they are sitting only with nothing, and that's because of the tummo breathing. That's actually Wim Hof. He created this simplified tummo breathing, and it's breathing through the like deeply in your stomach and then out, and that's called the tummo breathing. So he simplified it, but there's levels and levels. That's what I mean. Like Wim Hof now, with all these records, he can change temperature on any part of his body that he desires by 6 degrees Celsius, only with the power of your mind and power of the breathing. So power of the breathing is actually so powerful that you can't even imagine, you can't even understand it, like how powerful it is. Now every single day, it's a big part of my day and of my life, and I practice it every day. And honestly, when I'm running to Czechia, if I'm going to be able to finish it, then the biggest why is because of Wim Hof. Because of I will be able to recover properly, not properly, but much faster than if I wouldn't do any Wim Hof method. So if I can finish it, it will be because of this method, and it's going to be because how transcendent the breath is. And if you can really focus, then with power of your will and of your mind, you can do great things. And that's it, you know. So that's why I will be able to finish it. I'm going to do like Wim Hof breathing method for like 45 minutes and 1 hour. Closed eyes, no music, nothing, focus. And focusing on my energies in my body and focusing on what I'm doing. And 100% laser focus what's happening. And like this, I will be able to conquer every single day. And that's how Wim Hof was able to conquer all the world records that he's been doing. So it's possible. It's possible, and anybody of you can do it. And anybody of you can become stronger and feeling great in their bodies. So that's what I want to bring to you guys. Listen. So check this, yeah. It's right now it's 7 degrees. You probably can't even see it, but that's okay. But there's a beautiful lake. It's Amsterdam Southeast. I really love this lake. We always used to come here in the summer, and just in a while I will show you. I'm gonna take a dip in this water. It's 7 degrees, so water is probably like, I don't know, maybe 3, 4, 5 degrees. And I'm gonna make a short dip, and I'm going to feel great. And so now we are getting to the point. We are going to do more breathing exercise, con plunge, and then go home. I had a beautiful walk around this Gasperplatz. It's a Gasperplatz lake. It's a beautiful lake, and let's go. So it goes as follows. So there was the first round, and then after that you hold your breath for as long as possible. So the first one is usually going to be like 1:30, second one is going to be 2 minutes, third one 2 minutes 5 seconds, and so on and so on, and you can go on as long as you feel comfortable, 30 minutes to 1 hour. All right, cold plunge, here we go. So a 1 minute cold plunge. I have stopwatch over here, and actually, like, you need to control the first shock, first shock for the body. You need to control, and so you try to breathe in and control your breath. Once you control your breath, then you feel like you're alright. So see you.
Let's go, bro. Alright. Może bych lolu. Okay. Breathe, breathe.
Once you control your breath, better.
$30 seconds. Nice, nice. Some brief. Wow.
Per minute.
Looks like from Baywatch, man.
Okay.
Sound good, sound good. Wow. How do you feel, bro?
Feeling great. Ciao, bro. So now I'm like 2 minutes after the cold plunge. I just dried a little bit. Like, lucky it's sunny, but it's still 7 degrees, so it's quite cold, but it doesn't look cold maybe. But yeah, the after effect, you feel great, energized, you feel amazing, you feel alive. That shock, the first shock when you go in the water in the cold and you go, and then you can't breathe. That's the best, and then the after effect is amazing. So guys, try it, it's beneficial for you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon. Oh yeah.